Howdy everybody, and welcome back to the farm. It is Wednesday, July the 13th, 2021, and in case you've been wondering where I've been for a while, I'm going to show you what's been up for the last week or so. This is looking back at the house from the short fields right north of it. Yeah, you can't even see the mountain range right south of me. Barely at all, and I'm talking this is just a couple miles away. We have been dealing with a lot of smoke for the last few days, to the point where sunrises and sunsets are just absolutely blood red. This is looking at some of the ground that was worked this spring. Even the weeds are short and stunted this year. Yeah, these right here, yeah, it turns into kind of like a tumbleweed kind of a thing. That right there should be a couple of feet tall, and it isn't. It's only about 5 inches. And when I say it is bone dry here, yeah, look at that. No moisture under that ground at all, and that's down about 3 inches or so. Yeah, absolutely bone dry, nothing there. I want to show you something else too. Some of the ground that's been worked, look at that. My feet just disappear, and I'm not pushing them down in. That is just how soft and dry the ground is. Look at that, just flat out disappears. Yeah, that's up to my ankles. I'm sinking down into that soft, dry, powdery dirt. The one good thing that did work out this year is the wheat. Come out looking pretty healthy this year. So yeah, this stuff's all ready to be thrashed. We're just waiting on a combine to get in here. The high heats and drought have absolutely just destroyed anything we had going on this year. This is a look of the garden area where we were going to do pumpkins. I ordered about $250 worth of seed of pumpkins, squash, Indian corn, and whatnot, and had it out here. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. That is a look at the neighbor's pasture. Yes, folks, that was supposed to be a pasture this year. And as you can see, despite watering efforts, all that it is a field full of weeds. The same thing happened at the neighbor's place as happened over here. It got so hot so fast that it cooked the roots in the ground. They got too hot because they were still up near the surface, hadn't gone down deep yet, and they cooked, and it killed the plants. So the only thing that's surviving is the weeds that he's been watering. So what was sitting right there was the half a finger. Anyway, what was sitting there that isn't? If you were a subscriber to the channel, you'd know what's missing from right there. Yeah. One thing that has seemed to have done good this year are the seed peas. I don't know about fresh cut, pick peas, that sort of thing for fresh pack, but the seed peas have a pretty good number of pods or peas per pod. And yeah, they're all windrowed up and looking good here, and waiting for a combine to come in the next day or two to thrash these up. The farmers that had early crops this year, such as peas, wheat, barley, oats, that sort of thing, will probably be okay this year if they can get their product sold on the market. And the reason why I'm a little worried about that is I was talking to a friend of mine that runs a feedlot operation for a dairy company over near Shoshone, and she was telling me that they lost over 2,000 acres of hay this year at several locations around the valley due to the drought and the excessive heat. They don't have the feed to sell to other dairies or feedlots for beef to offset their cost. They're going to have to buy in feed, which is going up through the roof as we speak. Bale of hay, single bale of hay that I've heard has been going for like $6 to $7 a bale is now all of a sudden $10 and $12 a bale. It's expected to be about 15 or 16. come the end of July. So yeah, they can't afford to buy in hay, and I'm talking small bales. These feedlots buy in ton bales. So yeah, I don't know what they're going to do. So what's going to happen is the dairies and the beef processors, growers, are same with probably pork and other outfits, are going to cull their herds. Then they're going to reduce the herd to bare minimums that they can maintain to still make a living next year if the weather improves. Okay, that's going to flood the market with carcasses. The meat packaging plants are only going to pay the livestock producers pennies on the dollar and charge premiums, claiming that there is a shortage of beef or lamb or pork or poultry, whatever the case may be. So we're in a no-win situation here, folks. It's going to get ugly, I think, with our food supplies, whether it be livestock-based, animal-based, or plant-based, because you can see it in my garden and in the fields. There isn't much there if it's a later crop. My mother-in-law stopped by one night years and years ago when I was still married and had stew dinner with us one evening. She couldn't figure out why the dog kept staring at her and licking his chomps and stomping and snorting and whatever all throughout dinner. Well, she finally asked what the deal was. I said, well, you're using his bowl. I'd like to take just a minute or two to tell you about something else that I've been made aware of just slightly before the 4th of July. And that's why I've been making a lot of videos for you to see right offhand, is because I have been busy talking to people about something that is kind of going to happen, I'm afraid, and if it does, there goes our way of life around here. Yeah, folks, that is smoke from a fire over in Oregon that you can see in the horizon. This is looking southwest of the farm across the intersection, which is right there. That's something else I want to talk to you about. This right here, that farmland over there is a real hot spot right now of contention. The owner of that property wants to have it rezoned for industrial use. He's wanting to put a solar farm on that property. Now, I don't have anything against solar power. I don't have anything against the owner of the property. However, I don't want to see that property over there rezoned to industrial. That's just opening up the doors to chemical processing plants, potential enviro waste site cleanup places. Yeah. Plus, that's going to ruin my property value if that sort of thing happens. So a lot of my neighbors and I are objecting to that becoming a 111-acre solar farm. Unfortunately, GoPros don't have a better zoom ability, but if you follow that road on south, it goes up over a butte that is right south of me here at this intersection. In fact, it starts about 3/4 of a mile down that road. It starts going uphill. So that means that anybody coming over that hill from, say, the Pleasant Valley Golf Course, after having a nice round of golf, maybe got a hole in one or whatever, they're going to come over that butte, and what's the first thing they're going to be looking at? Is 111 acres of solar panels reflecting sunlight back in their faces for the 1.5 miles from the top of that butte down to the intersection here at my corner. There's been enough wrecks here on this corner as it is right now from people not being able to see, and quite honestly, I'm still getting county highway department trucks running this stop sign that's right here. So yeah, it's just more accidents waiting to happen. The other concern is flash blindness. That property is right on the landing path or flight path going into the Joslyn Field Airport or Twin Falls Airport. And we're only 7 miles from the airfield, and those planes sometimes are awful low. And my concern is as the pilots are flying in, coming in from a landing from Salt Lake or wherever, they are going to get flashed of sunlight in their faces, just like the people driving down the hill. So yeah, especially crop dusters that are already diving down within a couple of feet of the ground anyway. If those guys are out there turning around doing their didos and whatever and lining up for another pass to spray something, whether it be fertilizer to insect control on fields, Are they going to get flashed in the face by a bunch of sunlight and get blinded? Well, I have found some shade now. It is still blooming hot out here. It's 97 degrees, 7 o'clock in the evening. It's hot. Yeah, we've been setting overnight high temperatures for the lows. Yeah, instead of being down in the 60s, we've been in the 80s. It's just been awful. So hope you're all staying cool wherever you're at. It's to the point where air conditioners don't keep up, and swamp coolers, you might as well just be blowing hot air. Anyway, that's it from Nelson Creek Farms for now. I'm Farmer Dave. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you can at least see what's happened to the outhouse. If nothing else, that's been something that we've been working on that's only going to air on YouTube. So do subscribe to the YouTube channel. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, thumbs down, and leave us a comment what you think of the video. Be forewarned, there are a few potty jokes on the channel about the outhouse. Of course, it got to be, with yours truly. Anyway, we'll catch up with you later. Y'all stay cool out there and be safe. Y'all have a good one now. Bye-bye.